Hello viewers, welcome to Fahad's tutorial. And you know from the title and the thumbnail of the class, this class is all about mitochondria, a very important cellular organelles. And this is very important because I already said in my previous lectures that cells and tissue is the foundation chapter of biology. And if students need to know that what are the organelles series of the cells and what are their functions, because when we will study the next level of biology, this will definitely help us to understand what are the respiration. Because in the next class we will be explaining about some process which is called respiration, and these organelles, mitochondria, are the main organelles which is actually responsible for cellular respirations. So in this word we can say that this is actually the cellular respirations. So I already wrote something in the board, and for your understanding there are some informations which is already written on your book, or even those are students of English version or even O-level students, you might know these informations earlier. So I have written it very simply. Mitochondria, the word comes from two words, which is mitos, which is called thread, and chondrion means the grain-like substance. So the mitochondria is very important. We can say this is responsible for cellular, this is very important, cellular respiration. So respiration itself a word with huge significance, because without respirations the production of ATP is not possible. Like we animals, like we humans and loads of other animals in the around the planet are doing loads of activities, and these activities require energy, and that production of energy is going to happen in mitochondria, inside mitochondria. And that's why understanding this organelles is very important, and how these things is happening, how this biochemical and biochemical reactions through the enzymes and coenzymes going to happen here, and this is very important. That's why. So cellular respiration is the main function of mitochondria. So if we see the invention history of mitochondria, we must know the first scientists like Albert von Kolliker. There are a series of scientists also, but following the books only I wrote three. So Albert von Kolliker in 1850, he observes through the electron microscope that like mitochondria, there are some things inside the cells in the cytoplasm. And then after in 1894, R. Altman first saw that mitochondria. And then 1898, after 4 years, Carl Benda first coined the name as a mitochondria. So among these scientists, we know this Carl Benda as the invention of the naming of mitochondria. So we know Carl Benda, 1898, who invented first mitochondria as the name mitochondria. So the mitochondria is composed of two different words. We know it's thread-like and also a grain-like substance. Right now we need to know that mitochondria is called the powerhouse of cells. Why this is called the powerhouse of cells? This is important. So as a mitochondria, we must know this is the powerhouse of cell, powerhouse of cells, because this powerhouse, because it produces ATP inside. It produces ATP, which is adenosine triphosphate. And how ATP is produced? If this is the questions, the answer of the question is huge, and we need to know the cellular respirations, the types of respiration and the steps of respiration. Like we know in aerobic respirations we have glycolysis, the formation of acetyl-CoA, the Krebs cycle, and electron transport system or electron transport chain, which is the part of the mitochondria, which is actually this process is occurring inside the mitochondria. So invention history is important. And then size and shape. before size and shape, if the question is how many mitochondria can be present in a cell, that the answer can be 1 to thousands or even more. Like in average in our body, in our cells, in animal cells, we can have 300 to 400 mitochondria per cell. So if we say the number of the mitochondria, then we say that in average there can be 300 to 400 mitochondria per cells. Or even in hepatic cells, like in our body, there is a liver. Inside the liver cells there might be thousands mitochondria, or even the amoeba, the unicellular animals, amoeba, which is aquatic animals. In that cells there might be more than thousands mitochondria in that cells, because this is the unicellular, and for that purpose amoeba perform lots of activities, and for that reason amoeba require more ATP, and that's why physiologically more mitochondria presence in the amoeba cells. So average we can say 300 to 400 mitochondria per cells. So for understanding the mitochondria, we need to know what are the structure of mitochondria. If I draw, we need to know that mitochondria has two different layers, two layers. So we say this is a bilayer, and these layers is bilayer, and these layers made up of lipid and protein. So that's why this layer made up of lipoprotein. So we say this is the external layer, we say this is external layer, and this is the internal layer. And we can say that the external layer are mostly plain, but the internal layer has inner folds inside, and these folds are called cristae. These folds are called cristae. So these are the folds. So these inner folds inside, these inner folds, we say this is inner folds, and this called the cristae. So in this cristae there are some stem with like round shaped substance inside, and these round shaped substance are called oxysomes. This is very important. I just draw a few among them because I need to draw loads of oxysomes inside, so I'll draw a few of them. So this is the round like substance, and this is called the oxysomes. So we say this is oxysomes, and these oxysomes contain more than 100 types of enzymes and coenzymes. This series of biochemical process, the biochemical reactions will be happening inside these oxysomes. And most importantly, this dot-like substance is called the matrix of mitochondria. So these are the matrix, and in this matrix there will be the presence of circular DNA inside. So in mitochondria there is a circular DNA. So this is actually circular DNA. And also in mitochondria there are some presence of ribosomes, and these ribosomes actually the part of prokaryotic types of mitochondria, which is ribosomes, and this is actually the 70 Vedberg unit ribosomes presence inside the DNA. So most importantly, inside the mitochondria there will be a circular DNA, and also there will be ribosome. So actually the mitochondria is made up of a bilayer lipoprotein layer. In the outer layer is plain, but the inner layer, the internal layer, has some inner folds that inner folds are called the cristae, and in the body of the cristae, in the layer of the cristae, they are studded with some circular body shapes or circular substance which is called the oxysome, or even you can say this is ATP synthesis. This is ATP synthesis, and this is very important because series of biochemical reactions will be happening inside this, because when we will study about the respirations, about the glycolysis, the formation of acetyl-CoA, even Krebs cycle, there are loads of biochemical reactions which is happening here. So understanding the mitochondria, what is very important? The importance is understanding the chemical compositions. So the chemical composition of mitochondria are, number one, what can be most important in case of understanding the mitochondria? This is 65% protein. So we must know there are 65% protein and 29%. This is very important, understanding the chemical compositions. So 29% glycerides. So glycerides, and also there will be the presence of 4% lecithin. 4% lecithin. And among the lipids, there are at least 90%. Among the lipids, there are 90% phospholipids, and some sort of like RNA is also present in the DNA, in the mitochondria. So the shape and the size of the mitochondria I didn't discuss. Shape, in case of shape, the circular DNA, they have some diameter, and this diameter is some sort of like range from 0.2 to 2 micrometer, and thread-like mitochondria, there will be 40 to 70 micrometer. Rod-shaped mitochondria, we actually found the circular types of mitochondria, or even oval-shaped mitochondria average. But in rod-shaped mitochondria, the length would be 9 micrometer and the breadth would be maximum 0.5 micrometer. So the size and shape, in case of understanding the mitochondria, there can be like circular, oval-shaped, thread-like, rod-shaped, or even more. But the shape, usually in case of circular mitochondria, we say 0.2 to 2 micrometer. Thread-like 40 to 70 micrometer. And of course, micrometer, this micrometer refers that 1 micrometer is 10 inverse 6 meters, which is very tiny amount of meters. So this is some sort of very simple explanation of mitochondria. And most importantly, in case of functions, we need to know what are the functions of mitochondria. So if I remove this, so I can write something here about the functions. Okay. So firstly, in case of understanding the functions, we need to know that it produces ATP. It produces ATP. Number two, the most importantly, it produces ATP and also disseminate the ATP among the cells if required, and also it produces ATP. It provides ATP, and that's why mitochondria is called the powerhouse of cells, because this is actually the powerhouse of the cells. It produces this ATP through the Krebs cycle, and most importantly, in the respiration of aerobic respiration, there are 4 steps of aerobic respirations. Among these 4, these two, the last 2, that is Krebs cycle and electron transport system, will be happening in mitochondria, and first 2, that is glycolysis and acetyl-CoA formation, will be happening in cytoplasm. This is very important. So these last 2 processes actually produce ATP, and then it provides ATP. And the series of, at least in mitochondria, there are 100 types, more than 100 types of enzymes and coenzymes are present. Coenzymes are present. And this series of enzymes and coenzymes will be taking place of producing ATP inside the mitochondria, and that's why mitochondria are called the powerhouse of the cell. So in short, this is the explanation of, very simply, about the mitochondria. And those who are students of right away in English versions and O-level, that you are studying this, and I am a little bit more explanatory than your books, because I know that in 2020 those are studying right now in English versions on your book, there was something written about mitochondria, but if you think that what will be coming on your exam paper before that, I think you need to know these informations first, because the same thing will be happening on intermediate level, on your HSC level or even A level. On that level you need to know more about this mitochondria and plastid. So this is in short about mitochondria, and the next class I shall be explaining about the plastid. So see you on the next class, and keep in touch with me. Take care. Bye.